If you have a 401k and you're within 5 years of retirement, this video is specifically for you because there's one mistake that I see over and over again that costs people tens of thousands of dollars. And the worst part is that most people don't even know they're making this mistake until it's too late to fix it. Let me paint you a picture. You've been contributing to your 401k for 20, 25, 30 years. You never touched it. You stayed the course through every market crash and every scary headline, and you watched it grow. You did everything right. So why do so many people who did everything right still struggle in retirement? It's not what you did at the accumulation phase. It's what happens at that transition that you stop working and start needing that money to live on. That's where the mistakes happen. So here's the number one mistake: staying fully invested in the market up into retirement and then still staying fully invested even after you've already retired. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive. You've been told your whole life to stay invested in the market, let it compound, don't touch it. And during your working years, your accumulation years, that advice is correct. But retirement changes everything. The strategy that built your wealth is not the same strategy that will protect it in retirement. These are two completely different financial phases, and they require two completely different strategies. During accumulation, you have time on your side. If the market drops, you keep contributing, you don't touch it, you let it grow and recover, you're fine. In retirement, you have none of those same advantages. You don't have time to let it recover, you don't have contributions still coming in, and you're actively withdrawing. So at this point, a 30% drop in the market isn't just a temporary setback, it can permanently change what your retirement ends up looking like. This is called sequence of returns risk, and it's the single most important concept in retirement that most people have never even heard of. Meet retiree A and retiree B. Same age, same starting balance of $500,000, both withdrawing $2,500 a month for retirement income. Now, retiree A stays fully invested in the market, and the market drops 30% in year one of retirement. Their balance goes from $500,000 to $320,000, but they keep withdrawing their $2,500 a month because they don't have a choice. The bills don't stop, and their account never fully recovers. In year two, market's flat, so their balance is $290. Year three, market's up 15%, but their balance is still only $303,000. And by year eight, they've run out of money and they're 73 years old. Now, retiree B protected a portion of their savings before retiring. Market drops in year one of retirement, their protected money doesn't move. Their income stream continues uninterrupted, and 20 years later, they're still receiving the same income. Same starting balance, same withdrawal amount, completely different outcome. The only difference is that one person protected their money while the other person didn't. Here's why this math works against you in retirement in a way that it never did while you were working. When you're working and the market drops, it actually benefits you. You hear people say, oh, the market's down, buy the dip, because you're buying shares when stock prices are lower. And with you automatically contributing from a 401k or employer's retirement account, you're automatically taking advantage of those sales. And then when the market recovers, you have more shares at a higher price. Time and contributions are actively working for you. But when you're retired and the market drops, the exact opposite happens. You're selling your shares at a lower price every time you make a withdrawal. And then when the market recovers, you have fewer shares to recover with it. Time is working against you, and now you're no longer contributing to help out. This is why financial planners call the 5 years before and after you retire the danger zone. Because in this window, a single bad market year can completely change your retirement trajectory. So what's the fix? It's a 2-bucket strategy, and it's the foundation of every solid retirement income plan that I build for my clients. Bucket 1 is your safe money. This is the portion of your retirement savings that gets protected from market losses. It can create guaranteed income, and no matter what the market does, this bucket keeps paying you. Now, bucket 2 is your growth money. This portion can stay invested for long-term growth. It has time to recover from market drops because you're not pulling from it right now. It's building your future wealth and providing for later years. You don't have to choose between growth and protection. You can have both, just in separate buckets. When it comes to your 401k before you retire, you have 3 real options. Option 1, leave it exactly where it is. stay invested in the market, accept the risk that comes with that, hope that timing works out in your favor. And with this option, there's no protection, there's no guarantees. And unfortunately, it's what most people do just by default. Not because it's the best strategy, just because nobody showed them the other option. This is what we call high risk in retirement. Now, option 2, you can reposition some of it into a fixed annuity. You can guarantee a rate around 4 or 5%, depending on what the annuity rates are offering. It's safe, but also lower growth. And we like that it's safe and predictable, but the growth is limited, and honestly, you're leaving upside on the table. Now, option 3 is to protect it with a fixed index annuity. Your principal is 100% protected for market losses. Your growth can be linked to the S&P 500, so when the market's up, you earn some money, but when it goes down, you're protected. And then with some fixed index annuities, you can opt in to add a guaranteed lifetime income stream whenever you're ready to activate it. So it can give you protected growth and guaranteed income. Now, I find most of my clients use a combination of either option 2 and option 3, kind of depending on their timeline and their goals. The key is doing it intentionally before you retire and not after the market's already dropped and you're scrambling to pick up the pieces. So when should you actually start protecting your 401k? The ideal window is about 5 years before you actually retire. That gives you enough time to position your safe money bucket properly, let it start building, and also establish an income strategy in place before you actually need to start withdrawing income. So kind of in this window, right? 50 to 55, you start thinking about protection strategies. Maybe 57 to 60, depending on when you retire, you actually start establishing that safe money bucket. About 62 to 65, retirement income should already be guaranteed, meaning you know exactly what you will be bringing in each month once you actually retire. And then 65 plus, you already have established your income stream and your growth bucket can continue working for you long term. Now, if you're already within 2 to 3 years of retirement, that's fine. We can still work with that. Even if you're already retired and have been withdrawing from those exposed retirement accounts, it's not too late to protect what you have. The best time to protect your retirement savings was 5 years ago, but the next best time is today. Now, is this conversation actually for you? It might be if you're between the ages of 55 and 70 and within 5 years of retirement or already retired, and you have at least 100,000 or more sitting in a 401k, IRA, TSP, any retirement account that you know you want to start protecting this money and you're not comfortable leaving it fully exposed to whatever the market's doing, then you can use the link in the description below to book a retirement protection review, and then we can actually look at your specific numbers together. I'll show you exactly what it looks like for your situation to protect your retirement savings before you actually retire. And if you've already retired, I'll show you exactly how to create a guaranteed income stream so you don't continue just crossing your fingers and withdrawing from volatile account balances. So use that link below, book a time with me, and get the clarity you need for your retirement phase. Talk soon.